CNN Street News Now.
And hello, and welcome to Thursday Night Live with the boys making noise. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hello, hello, world. Hope everyone is doing well. What a week. I said that last week, didn't I? Say, what a crazy week. Oh, my goodness. What the hell is really going on? Well, we're making history. And it ain't even February. We can't make Black history yet. But we are. Our current president has been impeached for the second time in less than 2 years? My. We had a war a week ago at the Capitol, and they're threatening that we're going to see the same. But there's 20,000 troopers on the ground in D.C. alone. FBI is informing us that there's a threat in all 50 states for all 50 capital cities. You know, we're in some sick time. I've, in my lifetime, never seen anything like this. And I'm sick and tired of saying that. Really. What is going on, America? What is wrong with you? How did we get to this space? Okay, let me see if I can unravel this ball of twine here. About 5 years ago, Donald J. Trump decided he wanted to be the president of the United States because he was pissed off at Barack Obama and NBC. His real driving force was NBC. They had just fired him, didn't renew his contract. So he said, well, hell, I'll go out here and pimp this political thing here for a minute and build up my popularity, and then they'll come begging for me. I know I'm not going to win, but then he even started knocking off all these senators and House of Representatives and governors, and they were dropping like flies. So all of a sudden, he found himself sitting in the Oval Office within 2 or 3 days after the election, sitting there with the guy that he hated, that he despised, that made a mockery of, tried to make a mockery of him, saying that he was not a U.S. citizen. That was a lie. And for all you boneheads that bought into it, there's something wrong with you. That in itself should have been a lesson for everyone to understand that this guy, he's a shyster. He's a media pimp. And he has pimped the Republican Party to the point of no return. He lied for 4 years about everything. He lied about the COVID virus. He's still lying. Even in his last speech, just yesterday or today? He's saying the movement. Now, see, I've been listening and watching regular media, mainstream media, and nobody picked up on the word movement. They said, well, he was looking more presidential. And he said the right thing that he should have said the day of the riots there at the Capitol, the takeover. But he didn't. He has toned it down only because somebody, I don't know who, got to him and say, hey, man, you got to tone it down because we can't rewind this bad boy. It's out there crazy, and you can't survive this one. This is bigger than you, Donald. So he came out with a little speech and told his radical right-wing nutball, whack job, knuckle dragging fools, they're not Americans. These guys hate America. They hate the government. They want to do what they want to do, and they don't want anybody to tell them that they're out of line or they can't do whatever. Live by the rules, dude. I have to. Why are you any different? That's the American rules and regulations. That's the contract. That's the bylaws. That's the way it is. If you don't like it, kick rocks. Like you've been telling me and my ancestors, go back to Africa. Go back to wherever you came from. If you were born and raised here, that should be offensive because it is to me. But if you don't like America, if you don't want to support America, you don't want to pay taxes, you don't want to vote. I even heard a guy last night on YouTube, he says, I don't like what's going on. I don't like the Democrats. I don't like the Republicans, and I don't vote. Then shut up. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear from you. If you're going to not participate in the process, shut up. Don't cause problems. It makes no sense. Anyway, here we are. We got an impeached president for the second time. We're getting ready to change the administration from Donald Trump to Joe Biden, and I can't wait. I hate saying, but it can't get any worse. It's going to get better. Isn't it kind of interesting that, at least in my lifetime, every time we get a bad Republican, we get a good Democrat to come in and save the day? That's what happened with Obama. The economy was all jacked up under the Bush administration. He came in and fixed it. Donald Trump came in and had a good economy, and he was able to surf what was already built. He's been surfing, but he's been doing some stupid shit too. We could be a lot further ahead if he wasn't playing games. So that's where we are. We got a guy here that's, 5-6 days away from packing. His wife is already packed up. She's ready to go. She's ready. She said, I'm out of here. Send my suitcases to this address. I'm out. But we got this big scar. We got this black eye right now. It will heal. I'm convinced of that. I'm not concerned, but it's going to take time. It's another distraction that Joe Biden has to deal with. Now, Mitch McConnell is going to kick the can down the road, it looks like, and wait until the Senate changes power, because he really don't want this on his watch. But at least he is saying the president did mess up. He should be impeached. Now, Mitch, listen to me. Listen to me, Mitch. Let me tell you something. What you need to do is get your Republican group of morons together and tell them, say, hey, guys, the circus is over. We can rid ourselves of Donald J. Trump and fix it so that he can never run for a federal office ever. You can do that. I believe that for the last 4 years, you really did not like Donald Trump because he's a fool. I believe that. But you allowed him to take over you and your better or common sense and let him run amok. I blame the Republicans for where we are. All of you. All of you, because you allowed him. That's like having a badass child. You know he's bad. And you say, okay, little JoJo, sit over there in the corner and be quiet. And he said, screw you, mama. I'm not paying no attention to you, daddy. I'm going to do what I want to do. That's what you did. You enabled a criminal. And he took advantage of it. That's where we are. Chris, am I wrong?
No, Lee, you're spot on. It's one of those things where Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham and all of them we have to be accountable for their actions. And the thing about it is they know the end is nigh. It's just like rats jumping off an orange ship in this situation. And they're trying to salvage what's left of their careers. I think Cruz, in my opinion, wants to get some of that 74 million votes that voted for Trump for his future reference to try to run for the presidency. And they're all trying to get a little taste, a little good of a percentage for the rest of their careers. But they can't be left off easy. They were enablers, especially Mitch McConnell. He was the main enabler to Trump. You're absolutely correct. In the beginning, it's documented. He did not care for Trump, but he didn't fight. These are spineless bastards. And my whipping boy all the time is Cruz. Once again, This man comes to Cruz. Your father was responsible, had part in the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and your wife is ugly, and he just took it. I mean, they have no backbone, have no spine. So Cruz is all right with it. I guess his wife is ugly as fuck, and he goes along with it. He's cool with it. And see, Trump's the type of person that would take a belt and go up to Cruz's wife and children and beat the fuck out of them, and Cruz won't do anything about it. That's how spineless these people are. And they laid down and took it. They took the high, hard one. It became the party of Trump. Whatever the Republican Party was is no more. There's no more. And the fact that the seeds now have been planted in the whole Republican Party, because it's not theirs anymore, belongs to Trump. So don't be surprised if you see people like Cruz and Graham try to be a Trump light or a Trump, ism, because now it's engraved. Real quick, there was a Politico / Morning Consult poll about the 2024 Republican primary choices. If they were to run in 2024, Donald Trump would have 40%. It's still ingrained. 40% for him. Mike Pence, 18. Ted Cruz has 7. Nikki Haley, 6. That's Donald Trump's girlfriend, all coked up. And then he got Trump Jr., coked up Jr. He got 6%. And then Mitt Romney at 5. So whatever these people have is out in the open. White supremacy, they've latched onto their hero, and that's who they are.
Mitt Romney looks good right now. It's like George Bush. I'll take George Bush back.
And that's a damn shame.
Yeah. I mean, really, come on.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Lord have mercy. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
All right. Dr. Ron, I know you don't have too much to say about this, so I know your
wait a minute. First
thing will be kind of quick.
First of all, I don't appreciate you throwing shade on my tickets back to Africa, okay? Because I still got some left over. Everybody didn't buy all them tickets on that ship back to Africa, okay? First of all, let me just say that.
Who wants to leave the United States of America right now when this movie that's going on is so unbelievable? It's breathtaking.
Well, I'm keeping in mind that next month is Black History Month, and I'm keeping in mind that in Black history, back in the day, they had a Back to Africa slave ship, movement that was going on. So I figure all things go in circles, So if I go ahead on and start selling cruise ship tickets now, I'm gonna be ahead of the game for next month. That's all I'm saying. I don't appreciate you throwing shade on my tickets back to Africa. That's all I'm saying, brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, that was something for everybody to go look up, but for Black History Month to figure out who had the first Back to Africa movement. Okay, so that way, when your teacher asks y'all next month, name somebody in Black History Month, then they'll be ahead of it. Okay, I'm just saying. Now back to current day.
Well, you're gonna make me drink all of this alcohol right quick.
Yeah, I know. First of all, I totally agree with what's been said by both you and Chris. It's a bunch of bullshit going on, and I think right now the investigation is not underway to determine who all of the inside men are that help organize with information on this conspiracy to overthrow the government. There's a lot of Republicans, that were involved with strategically help set this up. Okay, just like you mentioned earlier, they only had 500, guys on duty when they got a force of over 2,000. And, it's going to be some more heads to roll, when they start looking down in deep inside of this investigation. I like the idea that they keep using the word that it's an investigation, to find out, all of the players of this thing, and to quote you know, a very famous person on the panel. It's a conspiracy. Aha!
Well, you know, it's going to take a little while for
Yeah.
them to identify, find, and charge and arrest these guys. But, you know, in time, they're going to get them. Every day there's 2 or 3 more.
Oh, yeah.
The dumbass with the Confederate flag inside the Capitol building.
Right.
Really?
Right.
Hello, Mom.
Right.
I'm a dumbass.
Right.
Right.
High
Come get
crime,
me.
yeah, high crimes and treason. You know, yeah, they got videos like today. They were slowing it down of the fire extinguisher as it flew through the crowd. You know,
Yeah, I saw that.
Hit a cop in the helmet and then flew over and hit some other people in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now they got, I mean, man, dude with flags that he took out his front yard, so he said, you know, to come to Washington, D.C. with, you know, and was beating down the doors with it, you know. And man, it's just crazy. These guys, you know, and what's so, you know, stupid to me, okay? And you know, the whole thing is stupid. Don't get it twisted. But these guys actually thought that if they go down to the Capitol building, tear up a whole bunch of shit, okay, that somebody was going to get on the telephone and say, Trump, we still want you to be the president of the United States. Come get your people out of our front yard. Okay, now somebody actually thought that. Okay, you know, because they acted as if this is the only way to keep number 45 as president. Okay, you know, so I'm thinking to myself, well, they really don't have a clue, do they? You know, it's not going to happen the way they thought it was. You know,
right?
Yeah, I'm done now. Go ahead,
Reggie, Professor Reggie, Doctor DJ.
Again, I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to share this platform with such great men and such distinguished gentlemen. I can't say what I really want to say right now, and you all know exactly what I want to say. And so
let me have another drink, and then you can say it.
Then you know that's why I'm being very cool and reserved at this time. Because this has got to, this is a circus, a carnival. This is some, I agree with what Lee said. I agree with what Chris said. And I agree with what you said, Dr. Ron. And I mean, this is some BS, you know, this is some bullshit. But it gets me to the moment though, as to is there another ripple up under this? You understand? Because the people that was over this fool, that fool, you know, what were they thinking and why did they let this fool go this long for so long? See, a lot of times we forget, we tend to think that just because a man gets to be elected president, that he running it. That's not all the time true. That's not all the time true. The military in this country wasn't going to never follow that boy. You know, they wasn't going to never, you know, he had the fools that was in that, whatever he was going, and they just done messed up their careers. Because they was probably drinking, thinking that they was gonna get away with it like him. They actually thought. And then I agree with all the theories that there was an inside job because they let these people come in there and like literally do what they want, except for the brothers. The brothers was running.
Yeah, he was leading them to where he wanted them to go because he had backup.
Right.
Yeah, they're saying he was a hero.
Yeah, a true hero. Out of all that
when I
went
first
on.
thought, I went, wait a minute, homeboy, you got a gun and a stick. You know, get in the game, engage.
Right.
You know.
So they was making some really crazy moves, and I'm just looking at all the men now that are moving, that are in their positions, Cruz, Trick, what was the other boy, Holly, Trick.
Yeah.
You know, they were all pimped out on this craziness, and I want all of them to pay. Because
But they could end the madness,
right.
Professor. All they got to do is vote to impeach.
Well, I guess Cruz, he probably scared because he's down there. He from Texas, right?
Yeah.
Because they liable to get him. Well, we gonna get you, Cruz. They liable to get him. He probably scared for his life. And who that other boy, Howley? He is from where? Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They both of them cats. They probably scared, and so they probably went with it blindly. So they gonna have to go down with the ship. They gonna get. They gonna have to. Their careers gonna get sacrificed the same way because they ain't got no cover now. It's no cover now. And then I'm gonna just say this all along. Listen, and this is not. And I know for sure that not all people opposite me are racist, but I do know 74 million of them in this country are.
Amen.
Well, Reggie, I'll say this: 74 million allegedly voted for him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Click. But okay. Good. I'm with that. That's right, and I'm with that.
And nobody checked those red states, did they?
I'll go with that. But
did anybody check the red states?
Yeah. And I'll go with that. But you know,
I don't want to start no conspiracy, but
but this all goes back to me to the Ronnie Reagan playbook, man.
Oh yeah.
And this cat put it on steroids, man. And then he wanted to be an autocrat. This boy thought he was gonna be a dictator in this country.
Yeah.
You understand? And I have just been waiting for the checks and balances that are in this Constitution to kick in. Mm-hmm. And they're kicking in now. Kicking in now.
Yep.
They're gonna get him. Some kind of way, they're going to get him.
You gave him 4 years in the office to do what the hell he wanted to do. There was an opportunity to get him out of the White House, but you didn't support the first time around. You know, the impeachment a year and a half ago, whenever it was, should have been the end. But now you turned him into a true Teflon Don.
True.
He came out of that saying, kiss my ass. I can do what I want to do. Ain't nothing you can do. 99. Like a little schoolyard kid. And he's been on steroids ever since.
Man, but when them bankers done turned on him, the money done turned on him.
He's got vice grips on his balls right now.
Money wise, he in trouble. Yeah, they didn't turn on him. Money wise, they didn't turn on him. Now look, just a fact check right quick. Even with the impeachment on yesterday, 192 Republicans voted against the impeachment process.
Yeah.
So basically
192 dumbasses.
Yeah, basically there were 232 votes to get the impeachment through. They had 222 Democrats and 10 Republicans. Yep. But there were 192 people that objected verbally to this process. And basically what they're saying is they agree with the sedition, they agree with the insurrection, they agree with the cops that got killed, and they agree with the hunt down of all of the members of Congress that were in Congress. They agreed with it. Okay. So that's basically what those 192 co-signed off on. Okay?
Yeah, because they scared of the 74 million. So, you know, the alleged 74 million. They scared. Them cats are scared because, you know, we done seen it in all these films, right? In any type of film where they're showing something about, you know, black civil rights or something like that, they probably get in their car. You won dirty, you know, and they're getting that call and getting hung up on, phone ringing all the time, and they scared for their families and stuff like that. So, you know, the integrity was gone. The cats never listen. They made a mistake entertaining this dude in the beginning. First of all, America should have learned, all right, that we do not need an entertainer as another person in the highest office. We dealt with one by the name of Ronald Reagan, who was an actor. He is the one that set the platform up for this fool to exist again. We do not learn our lessons. If it was me, and no actors, no, you got to go to school. You got to do something other than just be an actor or reality television star.
Yep.
You know, or either the American people themselves. We got to get smart enough to begin to choose, look deeply into who we choosing to lead this country. Mr. Obama was a very intelligent man.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Apparently, that's not what some Americans want.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So don't y'all holler and start complaining about this stuff when you want that. But yet and still, you won't let everybody be that. Only the ones you choose can be that way.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't know if I'll see it in my lifetime, but America is going to change regardless of some of these old, twisted, antiquated troglodytes, what they believe. And in the next 20 years, America is not going to look the way she looks today.
That's right. That's exactly right.
She's going to look more and more like people of color of all shades. It's not going to be a black America. It's not going to be a brown America. It's going to be a yellow America. The majority is being predicted that it's going to be people from the Asian Rim in the majority. And that includes India, and, all the Asian countries of China, Japan, North and South Korea, and Vietnam, and all of that. That whole Asian group, that's what we're going to look like, they're saying. Now, let me just say this to my fellow white Americans. Welcome to the party.
For real.
We've been minorities, forever. So you're just going to have to blend in, play your role, be a good American, get a good job, go get a good education, and play your role. Be a part of the party. Be a part of America, in other words. It's not that it's not horrible if everybody's playing by the same rules.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Now, you've been in control of the rules, and now it's changing, and you don't like that. I know it's uncomfortable, but you never had to sit at the back of the bus. I did.
Yep.
You were allowed to eat wherever you wanted to. I could not.
Yep.
Okay? My mom and dad never made sense to me about why we couldn't go down to Woolworths, which is one of my favorite little places in Norfolk, Virginia, and go to the counter and order a cherry Coke and a hot dog with chili and mustard on it and eat it at the counter. I wanted to do that. I couldn't. As a 5-6-year-old in Virginia in the 50s, I couldn't do that. I couldn't get on a Greyhound bus and when it stopped at a bus stop to go to any bathroom that was available. I couldn't do that. So if you think your life is all turned upside down and all of that stuff, trade shoes with me, brother. See what I went through. And look, I did okay. I survived. I don't have any hate in my heart. Okay? I got 3 children that are mixed. I don't hate nobody. But let me tell you something. That's what the world is going to look like, whether you like it or not. And I don't have a problem with you saying, well, I don't like people marrying outside of the race. That's okay. That's cool with you. And if it's cool with that child of yours or that grandchild of yours or that great-grandchild, okay, that's choice. It's called choice. You have a choice. But don't tell me I don't have a choice or the guy down the street doesn't have a choice. But you want your choice to be my choice. Don't work that way.
My family is international as well. I have cousins from Sweden that are Swedish, and I have cousins that are German as well. You understand? So I'm not dealing with racism, but I do want to say that if you look at me, I want to be just considered a human being. That's all I want to be. Because if I get put into this thing that I'm a black man, then they got certain rules that they've been running for 400 years on me. I don't want that. I want to be treated as a human being so I can get the full rights and privileges of any other human being.
Yep.
Man.
Just call me a human being.
Look, let me jump in here right quick and say this. You are listening to Street News Now. This is a weekly show that we do right here on YouTube and on Facebook Live. And
new tonight, we're on Twitch.
All right, now we're on Twitch tonight.
Yep.
Hey, we're steadily expanding. So look for us on all of these networks. And in case you don't know, the creator of this network, the legend, Mr. Lee Michaels. We also have my other brother in broadcasting, Mr. Chris Bass, Boom Shakalaka. The professor, Mr. Reggie Miles, and myself, Dr. Ron. And I tell you, we look forward to coming together, and all of the fans that follow us on all of these, we appreciate you. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate you liking, sharing, and subscribing to all of these networks that we're on, because we need your help. We can't do this by ourselves, and we're not trying. You know,
we're growing slowly, but growing.
Each and every one of you to do what you do. Tell somebody. You know, I see we got some new folks on YouTube. Honey's Closet tuned in. I see her commenting in the comment section there, as well as some of the others on the other networks that I can see in the comment section. So thank you. Appreciate you. Like and support everything that we do, because every one of us has a show and we need your support. So which segment are we going to throw to now, Chris, or where are we going from here?
Yeah, Chris, what you got?
Okay. So Cumulus Media has ordered its talk show host to refrain from spreading lies about the presidential election. In an internal memo, get this. In an internal memo first reported by Jerry Del Cogliano of Inside Music Media, Cumulus Media content chief Brian Phillips threatened to fire any host who questioned the legitimacy of the 2020 vote. And quote by him was the following: Cumulus and Westwood One will not tolerate any suggestion that the election has not ended. Phillips wrote this the day of the U.S. Capitol riot. Goes on to say, the election has resolved. There are no alternative acceptable paths. Please inform your staff that we have zero tolerance for any such suggestion otherwise. If you transgress this policy, you can expect to separate from the company immediately. There will be no dog whistle talk about stolen elections, civil wars, or any other language that infers violent public disobedience is warranted. Now, this is interesting to me because I've been in talk radio now for 27 years. And the first thing I learned when I got into talk radio is that you are playing to a white conservative male audience, which is why you had the birth of your Rush Limbaughs and Sean Hannity's and Mark Levine's doing talk radio and talk TV. They have been spreading lies since day one. This is like the early 90s when I got on board as a producer, then became a talk show host myself. So knowing the audience, you play to what they are. So again, you have people like Rush Limbaugh from day one talking code. So for example, you talk about the black community, he would say things like, those people, and things of that nature, you know, try to put a comical spin on, but it's not. And the urban community, and things like that. So when you give it a rhetoric plus, he used to have, in the height of the popularity of Mike Tyson, who was champion, he had a Mike Tyson sound-alike to introduce his show. So again, it's like, hey, everybody, this is Mike Tyson. Here's Rush Limbaugh. And that type of shit. So they have been doing this from day one and made lots of money off of it. Now, all of a sudden, you want zero tolerance. Now, all of a sudden, don't do it anymore. No, you look, that amazes me because all of a sudden, it's not cool to do it when you encourage these hosts to do it. So it's like the host like, well, damn, where do I go from here? I made my bread and butter talking about the feminazis and those people and things like that. And all of a sudden I can't do it anymore. The hell, I'm handcuffed now. So my thing is this. When you understand the rhetoric behind conservative talk radio, it's always been, we're the big dog. It's my way or the highway. And down the years, they don't want to admit it. You gave birth to Donald Trump. You did.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's the one that came out of the Republican rectal ass and came out of there and was able to become what he became. Why? Because all the dog whistling, all the code, all the rhetoric. He was the one that said, hey, fuck it. He was the one that came forward and said about people living in, squalor in different countries, calling them shitholes. He crossed the line that the conservative Republicans would not until he got there. So all of a sudden you want to change up. Also, we have a heart. So going back to the same bitch McConnell at the floor. Well, all of a sudden I get a heart. No, you never had one, sir, and you never will. So don't have a heart transplant now. Don't have a soul now implanted. You guys and gals were the ones who were spearheading that happened today, that happened last week. That rhetoric grew and infested and became a cancer. It started to spread. And all of a sudden you don't want to lay blame to it. It's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would wonder on that, because Cumulus, they're the number 2 largest property owner,
Right.
and so, but they not owned by the Dickey brothers no more. I wonder would it be any difference if the Dickey? I wonder would they have taken that stand if Lou Dickey and them would have still been running.
Yeah,
probably not.
Probably not.
Guess. Yeah.
But see, going back to say, for example, you go back with Clear Channel. So Clear Channel, before it became iHeartMedia, Clear Channel was able to do what they did because you had Mitt Romney as the front man, bringing the money in. And then they went on to create, premier radio networks, which at the time it still does, promotes Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, all those guys.
Yeah.
Because it's all part of a rhetoric, it's all part of a plan. Yep. So again, when you see that happening, unfolding over the years, it's not by accident. They're all conservatives. They all got the rhetoric and message out. But now you want to have this goddamn memo and tell your staff that you've been working with all these years, hey, don't talk about witch hunts and the election not being everything else. You handcuff your own people. You damn near stop the money flow because that's what you've been doing all this time, and all of a sudden you want to stop. It's ridiculous.
How long do you think this memo is going to be in effect? Do you think Rush Limbaugh? I haven't listened to him, but do you think he's going to pay attention to that memo?
Of course not.
I don't think that.
I think they'll soft pedal for just a few days and get past the 20th, and then they'll have a new target. See, they got a new target, which is Joe Biden.
Right.
And the same rhetoric, same BS is going to come out again.
Absolutely.
And that's how they make their money.
Right.
Through that division. Talk radio in America it dominates from a conservative standpoint. There are more conservative talk radio stations by far than there are liberal or, progressive. By far. I mean, if there's 2,000 conservative, there might be 300 progressive, maybe.
Look, you mentioned earlier here on the Four Horsemen program about on Fox News, Professor Reggie mentioned it, Leo Terrell. And then you said that back in the day, he was not that way.
No, he was not.
At all. So they, once again, I believe, like to threw some money at him. Hey, Leo, man, come out pretty hard. Come over to the dark side. We'll take care of your bank account. And I know a lot of people in the talk radio industry that flipped the script and started to become conservative talk show hosts because he needed a gig.
Yeah.
And I won't mention any names, but it was a good friend of mine who I loved dearly, and he's now retired. He quit. And I said, hey, man, why'd you quit? And the exact quote was, I never forgot it. Even a whore gets tired of sucking dick every now and again.
He didn't. You made that up.
Nope, hell no.
Nobody would say that.
No, well, that's what he said.
Especially if that's their profession.
Well, yeah, well, they master the art of fellatio.
Hey, Baze, but this is what gets me too, right? So you got Leo on the one hand, right? But then, so Michael Steele, he cool. Michael Steele, he was over there with Leo now, but now Michael is he is a liberal Republican.
Yes, he is.
I think he's quietly come over. Yeah. I think he's crossed over.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, it's hard if you're a person of color and you come out in the public and say you are a Republican. All I can do is shake my head. Go, what?
Why? Michael's gonna get paid, man. Michael's gonna get paid.
Them Benjamins.
Yeah, Michael gonna get paid.
Michael should have been done with him when they kicked him out of the control of the RNC.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I'd have told him to kick rocks then.
Yeah. But now he had to go ahead on and put his head down and take what they did to him. You know,
exactly.
But then when he got a chance to stab him in the back, he doing it because he on MSNBC, man. He
lined them up, right?
Yeah. He talking to Joy Reid.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Michael still don't play, dog.
So what does that mean? That means that if we're going to go into that game, we need to know both sides.
Exactly. It is. I mean, like anything else, like Lee was saying, I was saying, everybody else on the panel. Once again, it's galvanized by money. It's galvanized by rating.
Yeah.
So you do whatever it takes to say the most outrageous things for people. There's no responsibility, but there should be, because if you have an audience share, let's say like Rushing about maybe 20 mil per week. You have the power in your microphone, in your hands, to make people say and do what they want to do. Like Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity has really graduated to become the Trump whisperer. Every time, Trump says something, he goes to Sean Hannity and gets in his ear and told him to say or do things of that nature. So again, we've seen this on talk radio, on talk TV. It has been, saturated. Throughout the dial or on your digital platform or wherever you get your information from. And then these people just go to one source. I watch Fox News and that's it. God damn it. Really, and you get brainwashed because all you see in here is that rhetoric and it gets you fired up. And once again, those people, all that shit come to play. These people really have shown their true colors. Once again, when we saw what happened on the Capitol, it's been festering. There was a video that showed people, for example, storming the Capitol saying the following, President told us to come here. They were saying that and hang Mike Pence. Those are some of the chants going on during this time.
Look at here, Bass. So out of all of this stuff that's going on, now, and there's something else I wanted to say, but I want to say this just so I can drop this out there. It's 100-year anniversary. This is the 100-year anniversary coming up starting in May or whatever of the destruction of Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
100 years.
100 years. And so here we are still worrying about, as my cousin would say, them female dogs. When where is the concern or the renewal of what was once one of our things? 100 years ago they took after us.
Right.
Ain't nothing changed.
and right after that, they had Rosewood. They destroyed another prosperous community of color. Destroyed it to the ground.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
When we try to do for ourselves, no, man, you can't do for yourself. I need you.
Right.
So you can do for me. I know, man. You can do everything that I want you to do, but you can't never do nothing for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do get something for yourself, you got jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Taking cocktails full of gas in airplanes and dropping them.
Historically, that we've always been, out them out to destroy us. You know, from day one, they hate us. So when you, for example, look at the storm of the Capitol, had it been black and brown faces, body count. Body count.
Well, let me ask you a question, guys.
All right, one more thing before I do that. But then this is what one of the really things that reminds me of the Cameo song, Talking Out the Side of Your Neck. Murdoch's piece in the Wall Street Journal condemned, I don't even want to say his name, that element in Bid West, who's the president. All right. And so then in the Wall Street Journal, he can condemn him, but yet on Fix It News, you got Sean Hannity talking about, oh no, everything. He's still trying to blame everything on the repcons. I mean, on the demo, on the DemCon. He's trying to blame everything on the DemCon, and not one repcon presented any evidence or anything substantial on why we should support this.
Well, because Sean Hannity must be on the payroll, as was Giuliani. Now he ain't getting paid no more. Don't send him no more money. No. See. Now let me tell you what's gonna happen. He's gonna redirect the energy towards Giuliani. Well, I was listening to Giuliani. He told me to go this way and that way, and I followed it's his fault.
Right.
Okay. It's always somebody else's fault with this guy. Yep.
Always.
He's not going to ever man up and say, look, America, I fucked up.
He ain't going to do that. No.
And I'm sorry. Deep down in my soul, I feel the pain and the suffering listen, man, 4,000 plus people a day are dying from this virus, and he downplayed it almost a year ago now.
Yeah, but
I say we're 12 to 13 months into it, because I knew something was going on in October of 2019.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Something was happening then. I didn't know.
That's right.
But there were too many people coming from China in droves. Every Chinese or China flight came into Los Angeles. Everybody on the plane had on a mask. Everybody.
Yeah.
I'd never seen so many mouth condoms in my life.
Mm-hmm. but that wily devil, what he gonna do, right? And this is why they trying to stop him on this second impeachment. They want this dude to never be able to run again.
Well, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Just like you cut him off on social media, and the bankers are dropping him like he's hot. Even Stripe, he can't even collect no money on these donations and T-shirts and bullshit he's selling. All his merchandise is cold. Mm-hmm. So that's how you stop a bully. That's how you stop a thug. Hit him in the wallet.
And Bloomberg said that a long time ago.
That's right. He
sure did.
So 3 years from now, he gonna sit there, and then that's when he gonna get contrite. And them 74 million people that love him, they go.
Well, listen. I mean, in reality, in the next 2.5, 3 years, if Biden is successful and turning this ship around and getting it on course, going in the right direction, the virus is behind us, and the economy is doing well, I don't think nobody want to bite that apple again. I really don't.
I hope so, but we're a sucker for a sob story. Americans love that. So,
I hope we've hit our head hard enough to know.
But the checks and balances, they trying to make sure that this dude can never put his hand in there again, and that's what they need to do. Mm-hmm. That's what they need to do. He don't. Get him back and put him in there, and then they get to that resolution to say, the dude, you kicked out, you can't come in, you can't run for federal office again, period. Then the game is over.
Can't even be a dog catcher. That's the only way you're going to stop him. Put him out of business, period.
But you do know that the second line of attack is his kids. That's who he's trying to set up.
Well, yeah, there's no question. I think that he was thinking after his second term Donald Jr. was going to be the heir apparent. He was trying to create a Bush dynasty.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be no Bush.
No, he couldn't, because the people, his kids, are not that smart.
No.
They don't have the finesse. They don't have the charm. They don't have anything. They look like a bunch of, well, I'm not going to give the name callers, but they just don't come off. They come off like their daddy. Mm-hmm. Rough, crude, shrewd, rude. I mean, just shut up. Go away.
And
it's not a fashion show.
And this dude was trying to run his thing like his boy Putin.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Putin.
Yeah. And then because that man is a gangster.
Yes.
He is a gangster.
Go to the gangster land with Putin, and y'all can hang out and grab wussy and do whatever else you want to do. But you can't do that over here. That's not what we. That's not right. America.
That's right. That's right. But he tried because even with his lies and making up what this Constitution was saying, and then I'm trying to figure out how can this dude know about the Constitution and what's happening? He ain't never read nothing.
Yeah.
Now look, let me address a comment. I see Laura Rice had put something up about me using the word colored people, because he said it lumps all the people together in one box. Back in the 50s, that's what we were known as, colored people.
Yeah.
We weren't black or African American yet. We was niggas and colored. Okay. So when I say things of that nature, I'm referencing what they gave us as an opportunity to identify ourselves. Okay. So modern day color includes a whole lot of other folks, but it didn't always include, a whole lot of other folks. I just wanted to bring clarification.
We could do a whole show on what is the acceptable word or words to identify brown people, black people, African Americans, colored people.
We only got an hour show. I
understand. That's a whole another 3-hour show, and you probably still not going to come up with anything that's going to be acceptable to all.
So that's why I want to be a huge man. Man.
There you go.
Well, that's it. I'm a part of the human race, and I'm an American, and I happen to be the color of my skin. It is what it is. And I can change that. I can just turn the lights up more and I can become lighter skin. Or I can turn it down. I can turn it down and I look a little more brown. And I can take that one off and that's what you got.
Look, you notice the 2 fingers. Look, we almost got to get out of here, y'all. We almost at that point. But look, I just wanted to hit another comment I saw. Shout out to LT, another radio person in the business. Love to see her following us. I see Dr. Katrina Sanders is with us as usual. Thank you for following us. We appreciate you. I had a whole article dealing with the conversation of the alert that has gone out to every capital in the United States of being suspect of being under attack between now and next week. As they have moved so many troops into the capital area, these guys are sleeping on the floor all over the place to protect the capital from this point going forward. And then there are still warnings and FBI alerts for every capital in they say all 50. So that means Hawaii and every place else is under alert right now. So I'm like, man, is this revolution really gonna come?
This dude can't escape that. He got to go down being kicked out forever. He can't escape that. The evidence is right there. It's on the table. Question. It's right there on the table. We don't even have to discuss it. We don't even have to take too long to discuss it. And then if anybody that still want to put up and try to follow it with some kind of this, then you in 2 years, you got to be gone because you're actually going against this country. You're actually going against this country. You understand? This is a country of laws. You understand? Everybody is supposed to follow these rules.
Period.
Right.
Yep.
Everybody. You know, you got treated with grace and courtesy from Mr. Obama, from President Obama. He invited you in when I know he didn't like you.
Mm-hmm.
But he brought you in because that was the thing that we do in this country.
Yeah, he didn't put a roadblock up at the door. He said,
No.
come on in.
No, come on. You won the election. You won the election. You know, Miss Clinton, she didn't make it to the finish line. You won this election.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so it was no problem because this is how the country goes on. But as a people, and I hope people start understanding this, that we don't need no more actors and no more reality TV stars. I don't care what color they are.
Yeah, but what about the revolution? You know, these people talking about arms attacking the capitals. That's a revolution.
You're going against your own government.
That's exactly.
That's
they did it. They did it in Michigan and got away with it. So I guess they figure they can do all 50 capitals now.
Yeah. You're lucky I'm not the governor because I'd have pushed you down.
Man, listen.
It wouldn't have been pretty.
If them cats is coming out like that, they better do it. They better do the James Brown. They better hit it and get out. Hit it and quit real fast because if these cats and they got this intelligence on this stuff, if they turn it up, man, that's gonna be, I kind of see that, and I'm not hoping for that, but that I don't never want to see that where people are going against their own people over a lie. I can't.
That's a real sad thing about it.
Talk to me, baby.
But make no mistake about it, the revolution will be televised.
This one.
Yeah,
on a cell phone near you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Definitely.
And you know what? That's what's gotten all these guys locked up. These dumbasses out there with 5,000 cell phones, videotaping the stuff and streaming live or uploading it. And I'm going, how stupid are you?
Yeah,
smiling and profiling.
You gonna put yourself out there like that when they got facial recognition? Oh, you gonna put yourself out there like that with no cover? But them cats had to think that they had some cover. And this dude, they
felt empowered.
Yeah, they was drunk. Exactly. They was drunk on stupid. They had drank a full can of stupid.
Yep.
That's interesting. That's interesting. You just came up with that. They're drunk on stupid because I'm working on a lyric for a country song called "I'm Stuck on Stupid Over You."
Yep. I'll help you finish the lyric. I'm stuck on stupid and dangling on dumb.
I mean, that was the most. I mean, if you was really trying to do that, you're supposed to be under the table with that stuff.
Yeah, no. But he see, Trump said, "Come on out. You don't have to be in the closet no more. You don't have to be, cool with your words. Just be overt in your face, asshole. And it's okay because I'm saying it's okay. It's like I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue, and I'm
not going to. Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Drunk on
stupid. Drunk on
said that.
That wasn't a dog whistle. That was in your face. That was straight up. That's what he felt and believed because you empowered him.
That's right.
You enabled his bad habits and getting on TV and getting on Twitter. But one thing for sure, Mr. Trump, you have been silenced. And you can claim, you're my first man. No. It doesn't work that way because when you said, I accept this agreement, when you created that Twitter account and all the other accounts, there were certain rules and regulations in there that you have to go by. And you said, screw that. I'm going to do what I want to do. So your ass is history. Now, that being said,
somebody else's house, how you going to go to somebody else's house and then have your own rules?
Exactly. So that being said, you're done. You're toast, roll over, take a nap, whatever. But listen, because see, I'm not a hateful person. And I want to give you a little hope and an opportunity to maybe be the comeback Teflon Don. There is an opening down at the Greyhound bus station for a PA system person. So you can be heard down at the Greyhound bus station. And I think it pays like $12 an hour. So, and Yellow Cab might have a few dispatch openings, and you can talk a little shit on the Yellow Cab microphone. Outside of that, bro, it's over.
Lee, how do you confuse the First Amendment with something that's private?
Because I said so.
Oh,
that's his mindset.
Yeah,
because I said so. And Rudy Giuliani will back me up.
Yeah. I got.
Even though I'm not gonna pay him.
Wait a minute. What's the constitutional lawyer guy? That he's saying will
you ain't talking about Allen, are you? Dershowitz. Oh,
now, Allen, moonwalk, man. Moonwalk away from this. Duck down, get in the underbrush. Go home. Pull down the blinds, lock the door, stay away from this fool because you will end up with zero credit.
Yep, man.
I used to like him.
When I first saw that, I said, "Oh no, not Allen." I know you ain't going down like this, Professor.
Oh,
man.
You don't do it, Dershowitz. Cool, don't do it. Go hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Thank you for another great show, guys, and we'll be back next Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock out here.
I don't want to go yet, man.
All right, the hell with it. Go. What you got?
No, it ain't over yet, Lee. It's not over yet. Count them votes. Count them. I'm still a host on here. I'm still a host. How am I gonna tell you what to do on your network?
Oh no!
Oh man! Hey man, I yield my time to the gentleman from Chicago State University.
Hey, I'm with him.
How you gonna talk about First Amendment on somebody's personal stuff? On their private company, on their own company. Like he's trying to tell me what's going on.
SNN Street News Now.
Y'all are a trip.
Peace, y'all. See y'all next week.
Peace.